changes to his lineup. Injury sustained in international duty to Paul Lambert, Robert Douglas, Tom Boyd mean they miss out. Johan Mjalby's on the bench. Dimitri Kharine takes over in goal. Bobo Balde makes his long-awaited debut since signing from Toulouse. Yusuful Harin's fit again, and Stilian Petrov makes his Celtic return after a 6-month absence with a broken leg. Dunfermline boss Jimmy Calderwood makes 2 alterations to his team. Lee Bullen and David Nicholls drop out. With Andreas Skerla still injured, Yusuf Rossi, who'd gone AWOL at the start of the season, slots into the back 4. Gus MacPherson makes his first starting appearance in midfield, following his move from Kilmarnock. The referee is John Underhill. Now there'll be a minute's silence here at Celtic Park as a mark of respect for the former Celtic captain Bobby Evans, who sadly died this week. Any thoughts of Champions League football are delayed for a few days as far as Celtic and their boss Martin O'Neill are concerned. They've got domestic duties to concern them with today, and it's Dunfermline. There's never been a goalless draw between these sides in 48 meetings at Celtic Park. Plenty of goals around. There were 19 scored in 5 meetings last season. Yusuf Rossi getting involved very early there, giving away the free kick. Moravcik looking for Sutton. There's Larsson. Oh, what a save that was from Ruitenbeek. Only 40 seconds gone, and Henrik Larsson already showing his threat to Dunfermline. And a fine stop with the Dutch keeper. Agathe knocking it in. Larsson to Sutton. Larsson goes again, and the nearest of touches came off the Dunfermline defender. What a start Celtic have made, and the nearest of touches there from Rossi. Martin O'Neill will be pleased with the opening exchanges as far as his side are concerned. For Sutton, dummy by Larsson. Here's Moravcik. He just couldn't get between the defenders. Marco Ruitenbeek, who was alert to come off his line, but a lovely little dummy by Larsson trying to release Moravcik. Nicholson's first touch lets him down. Feeds from Ruitenbeek straight to Moravcik, and he accepts the gift. Lubomir Moravcik. Well, that goal has been coming, and it was all down to the error by Marco Ruitenbeek. There's a splat from the goalkeeper, and that's the finish from Lubomir Moravcik. Moravcik has all the skills to shoot from that distance, and when the goalkeeper's out of position, he doesn't miss. His second goal of the season puts the Parkhead side 1-0 up. And Rossi has to keep his eye on it. And Marco Ruitenbeek getting the jeers from the Celtic fans as he made that clearance, and he's delivered a good pass for Jason Dair. Balde got back, and Kharine smothers it. And just for a second it looked as though the Dunfermline player was getting away from Balde, but he did manage to get back and get in the tackle. Larsson. Finding Sutton, he's looking for support. It's it back to Larsson. There's a header! And still in Petrov, only inches away. getting a goal in his return to action for the Parkhead club. Sutton and Larsson combining again to set up the chance, and Petrov just didn't get enough on the glancing header. Just wide. Balde, powerful enough to hold off the challenge there of the Gier and get away from Dair too. There's Moravcik coming in at the back. Doesburg defending well. Martin Mule will be rather content with the way his side have started, but well in discussion is Jimmy Calderwood and his assistant Jimmy Nicholls. Tackle from Jason Dair. There's Crawford trying to have a run at Balde. Does well. Tebily's header out. Ball to the Gier, but he couldn't control it first time. And Celtic pick up now through Moravcik. Sutton peeling off. Moravcik again. Thompson, and they try it alone, and just tipped round the post. Looked for a second as though he may try to curl in the cross, but he tried to toe poke it, and Ruitenbeek did well to get a hand to that. Petrov spotting Larsson, making the run again. And Larsson. Now Chris Sutton drives it in and touched over by Ruitenbeek. Well, he certainly produced a few good saves after his initial blunder, which gave Celtic the lead, and a fine fingertip effort there. Free kick against Valgaeren. Dair. It's Crawford, lovely turn by Stevie Crawford. And a fine tackle too by Valgaeren. The ball played into Crawford. Neat turn, but it didn't beat just Valgaeren. Larsson to Sutton. Wide is Moravcik. Lovely skills again from Moravcik. There's Chris Sutton. He appeals that his jersey was pulled as he tried to get in the end of that one. He can't believe it. Ruben Moravcik again opening up the Dunfermline defence, and Sutton couldn't make a proper connection. But there's the appeals for the jersey pull. Tebily. There's Larsson. Larsson looking for the opening. Lovely pass. Chris Sutton slots it away, and Celtic go 2-0 up in stoppage time at the end of this first half. Larsson held it up as long as he could, looked for the opening, the little back heel through. Sutton was onside, and he left Ruitenbeek with no chance. The Pars defence maybe waiting for Larsson to have the shot, but his pass was intended for Sutton, who gets his 4th goal of the season. Chris Sutton wrapping up a fine first 45 minutes for Celtic. Moravcik had put them off to the perfect start after 9 minutes after a slip by goalkeeper Marco Ruitenbeek. It was a great start from Celtic, with Larsson being denied by a fine stop by the Dunfermline keeper, but then Ruitenbeek made an error and he was punished by Moravcik with a fine, well executed goal. Although Ruitenbeek made a few fine saves midway through the first half, the little pass from Larsson set up Chris Sutton and he buried it. At half time at Celtic Park, it's Celtic 2, Dunfermline 0. Stevie Hampshire introduced into the action by Jimmy Calderwood at half time. The man who stayed inside is Jason Dair. Dunfermline have it all to do if they're going to get themselves back in this game. Chris McGroarty losing out and Celtic pick up right away. Here's Petrov. Chris Sutton had gone too early, caught offside. Jimmy Calderwood doesn't normally hang about making changes while bringing on Hampshire at the interval. Is the first, and we've seen him when he's been trailing by a margin, pushing 4 strikers up front. McGroarty linking well with Hampshire. There's Chris McGroarty. Now Gier. Into the tackle slid Neil Lennon. MacPherson. Nicholson spotting Hampshire in a bit of space. Good play from Hampshire. Was he tripped as he went past Balde? Notices the referee as McGroarty swinging in the cross. And this was Hampshire taking on Balde, and well, there certainly was contact. The left leg of Balde caught the right of Hampshire, and Gier certainly felt it was a penalty. McGroarty looking for the run of Gier. It's a fine run by Jack Gier, and a good stop by Kharine, his first save of the match. Chris McGroarty certainly found Jack Gier with a fine long pass there. First real opportunity for the Pars, and Kharine making the save. Doesburg continuing his run there, so too is Nicholson. Gary Mason through for Gier, trying to turn, did well to turn and get the shot in. Stevie Crawford looking for the rebound, and well, his touch let him down there, but Kharine did well to get across to make that save. Fine turn by Jack Gier, get away from Valgaeren to get the shot in. Good stop by Kharine. The duel with Doesburg. Moravcik pushes Doesburg over. Well, I don't know what that was all about. Moravcik losing his discipline there, and he'll get a yellow card, no doubt, for that. He believes it was a Celtic throw, but he was taking the law into his own hands. Yellow card for Moravcik. A little tussle there with Doesburg, and as the ball went out, he was incensed about something, and he's very lucky that it was only a yellow card he got. Sutton beating the jump by Thompson. There's then from Moravcik, and he was caught by Doesburg this time, and the referee was making sure there were no afters. They were involved in the previous incident, and John Underhill out with the yellow card for Mikael Doesburg. Moravcik got away from Mason, but he wasn't getting past Doesburg. Larsson curling it over the top. And McLarsson wasn't too far away with it though. Balde's long raking pass straight into the path of Moravcik. He delivers it beyond Marco Ruitenbeek. 2 goals for Moravcik, and that's Celtic's third. Balde spotted Moravcik a good 30 yards ahead of him. Moravcik wasn't hanging about. Fine exhibition of striking from Moravcik. Perfect pass from Balde, who already is becoming a favourite of the Celtic fans, and another of their heroes provides a finish. The Gier's head flick, knocked out by Sutton. Nicholson, Gary Mason. Nicholson continues the run. Good play from Dunfermline. Whipped cross, the header from Gier. That was a good save from Kharine. Fine play down the right hand side involving Mason and Nicholson, and Gier adjusted well to get the header in. Agathe. Larsson's layoff. Lennon. At times it just looks like an exercise for Celtic, the way they're stroking it around. Here's Tebily. Tebily. Oh, that was a fine effort. It opened up for him, and while he was looking for his teammates to make some movements, he just adjusted and curled that one in off the upright. Not a bad effort from the defender. Larsson's flick. Scott Thompson to the Gier. Hampshire gets it through for Stevie Crawford. What a finish that was by Stevie Crawford. It's his first goal of the season. Set up well there by Hampshire, and a fine finish by Crawford. Stevie Crawford opening up for him again, and that's a fine save by Kharine. Dunfermline seemed to have a second lease of life, and Stevie Crawford firing that one in. It was another fine save by Kharine. Kharine back between the sticks for Celtic this afternoon. His first start of the season for him, and well, he's let in 1 goal, but he's made a few fine stops at vital times. But it's all 3 points for Celtic A match they controlled, courtesy of Moravcik, with 2 goals, one after 9 minutes, the second midway through the second half. In between times, Chris Sutton had got a goal too after neat footwork by Larsson to set him up, and then right at the end, Stevie Crawford pulled one back, which was no more than a consolation for Dunfermline. It's a fine performance by Celtic ahead of their Champions League opener against Rosenborg. The final score at Celtic Park: Celtic 3, Dunfermline 1.
I thought we started very, very brightly indeed, and could have scored early on, almost within the first 15-20 seconds of the game, and I thought maybe we might have had 1 or 2 before we eventually scored. But delighted and all as I was with the goal, very, very pleased to be 2-0 up at half time. I just thought we got a wee bit careless in the second half, and you mentioned it might have looked that way, but we were desperate to try and get a few more goals, but we've won convincingly in the end. I thought we started very poorly. First 10 minutes were all over the place. All credit Celtic, you know, the pressurised us and we couldn't get out. We seemed to get through that, and then we gifted them a goal, you know, and we can't do that at any level, let alone here. Then we were okay, and then 30 seconds before half time, you know, the great skill with Hendrik, but you know, it was far too easy, you know. We've let poor goals in against a good team, and you can't do that against bad teams, never mind good teams.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Also, the supporters will give me a good lift here in the Celtic Park, also the players as well, and I'm happy I can play football again.